Now, this is about to be funny what God just told me, okay? God is something else, I tell you. But he said that, in the end, a lot of people are going to be denying that they was of the devil. They're going to deny that they were the sons and the daughters of Satan. But God says one way for he's going to be able to tell, we're going to be able to tell as God's chosen, right? By the way that, God says by the way that they were towards others, right? But the way God told me downstairs when I was down in the kitchen, it was like, wow. It was so in my face because a lot of people, they are like that too. Were they stopping others? Because, we're out here talking about God. And there's a lot of people who are wicked that's coming up against us to block us. So God said they're going to tell on themselves when they say, no, I was your child, God. No, because they're going to see the consequences. They're going to see the consequences are dire, right? Like, so they're going to be trying to switch up. God says what they did to us is going to show that they were not God's child. He said, because God's children, we don't have that on our record, on our, in our files or spiritual files, that we were actually participating in blocking another person from their success or working for a company that was blocking somebody, especially if they was talking about God's messages, you know. He said people are going to be able to see it in themselves, and they're going to be trying to switch sides at the end. But he said it's not going to be no time. They're not going to. It's not going to work for them. It's not. They're not going to be able to lie to God, because the devil will lie in God's face. Like, no, not I. I was your child all along, and they was doing all this wicked stuff down here. I'm cracking up because a lot of people they're gonna be stuck with Satan, because they was working for Satan. They was with Satan. They was Satan's son or daughter, right? But God says the way that they treated another person or others will show if they were his child. Because I'm trying to think of the way God said it to me. I should have written it down. But that's basically the meaning of what he's saying, okay? He's saying their actions will tell on themselves. Look at how that was covering up that's how time is folding on these people. On the wicked, they chose